welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for March the 9th through the 22nd. Yes, 2 weeks. This is a 2-week reading. I normally do weekly if you haven't been here before. But next week I will not have the time to do 12 full readings. So what I probably will do is I'll probably do some live feeds. So don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I do that. Also, the astrology report right after this tarot reading is the astrology report, and that will also have the report for 2 weeks. Oh, Libra, lovely Libra, how are you? This is a general reading, guys. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and don't forget, check out your sun, moon, and rising. Everything, all the links will be below in the show more section. And, you know, if you want a personal reading, click on this link here or check out below. And it'll take you to my website. You can check out the kind of readings and services I offer. All right, let's go to your cards without further ado, guys. Oh, I also want to mention before we go, I have a Facebook group, an astrology group, and I do a live feed in there every 2 weeks about the full moon and the new moon, respectively. Every 2 weeks there's a full moon and then there's a new moon. So I do a live feed in that private Facebook group. The link to that will be below. Okay, guys, there is crossover here. So check out your moon and rising. They will be below the links, or you can find them at the end of this video. There'll be a link to the playlist for March and you'll find them in there, because sometimes it takes me a minute to get all the links up. The first card out for you is the Four of Pentacles. Guys, the Four of Pentacles means you're holding on to something. And I'm getting that I have a feeling that you're well, you know, this is usually, look, he's sitting there. He's got a coin here. He's sitting on a coin. He's got a coin under each foot. He's protecting his money so much so that he's bound by it. He's not free, you know. Excuse me. Sometimes we think that we're so busy accumulating money that we have to kind of protect it then, right? And we're not free. When this card comes in, it's saying, look, perhaps you are afraid to spend any money because you think that your coffer will not be replenished. Excuse me. Let me just have some water. Sorry. So this is, you're holding on so tight, you're blocking yourself from creating abundance kind of thing. And I really think that that's what's going on for you here. I'm sorry, excuse me. Money is energy. You have to let it flow from you and to you. Allow that energy to, like a river, you know, or just like, not a river. Well, yeah, a river, it flows, right? Allow it to flow to you and from you, through you, right? So I'm not saying be frivolously shopping or anything, but don't deprive yourself, because, and I say that because the next card out, you've got 2 cards clarifying the Four of Pentacles. And that is the 10 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. Now the 5 of Pentacles, darling, is You are feeling left out in the cold. So this is about deprivation. This is about feeling cold and deprived. And listen, the antidote for this is gratitude. It's about looking at what you have. No matter how small amount it is or what you have, you've got to look, you've got to practice gratitude. Because when you're grateful, then you get more things to be grateful for. I'm thinking, get some gratitude in that attitude. Sometimes we can focus on what we haven't got. Like this, it's blocking you. Focusing on what you haven't got is blocking you because you probably have something, but you're afraid to spend it because you think you're not going to get any more back, and you're blocking your energy by not spending it. And sometimes it's as simple as, make yourself feel abundant. You can't go from deprivation to abundance, right? So do something little, a mani-pedi, or, just get a bubble bath, or, treat yourself to something. Feel luxurious, feel affluent, whatever it is, however little it is, it might be as small as getting a cappuccino or something. Feel whatever makes you feel rich or abundant. However small or big you go with that. And be grateful. And look, you've got what's interesting, you've got this depravity card, right? Which is the 5 of Pentacles. And then you've got this beautiful 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is all your needs being met. And the 5 of Pentacles is like no needs being met, right? So you have a choice here. You can see your cup as half full or half empty. When you're in gratitude, you're feeling abundant, you can see what you have around. Look at what you have, not at what you don't have. Look at everything you've got. Look at all the look at your friendships. Look at your family. Look at, listen, whatever it is. I'm glad I've got a pair of socks. I mean, it can be very simple. And sometimes it starts off with the real simple things, Libra. Sometimes you've got to be grateful for the tiniest things. Because we're going to be in this, we've got Neptune playing, stay tuned for the astrological report. And Neptune can be illusion or delusion. So don't hold on to something that's not working for you. Choose the brighter side. Oh my goodness, I just thought of that song. Always look on the bright side of life. Da-da, 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 da-da. Monty Python's Flying Circus. Some of you may be too young to even know what that is. Look it up on YouTube. But the life of Brian, it's like always look on the bright side of life, right? Now the next card out for you is the Hanged Man, right? And this has shown up in a couple of readings. The Hanged Man, look, sometimes there's a pause in action. Whatever's going on for you, you're being asked to look at this in a different light. So, the whole thing, look at what you have, not what you haven't. This is like he's hanging upside down. So, and it's interesting, right? Because this is the opposite to this, which is like this full moon in Virgo. You've got the sun and Neptune in Pisces, and you've got the moon in Virgo. And you've got this is about, look, he's upside down. He's seeing something totally different. It's like you've got to kind of see things from a completely different angle or perspective. And look, you've got the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands clarifying this is beautiful. It's a fertile, incredible gift. It's an idea. I feel that you are going to be inspired when you look at something from a different perspective. When you start being grateful, an opportunity will come in for you, because the Ace of Wands is a brilliant opportunity. It could be it's a spark that, you know, turns into a flame that lights a fire that could, you know, has the potential to be a blazing big fire, right? A bonfire, as we say in England. I don't know if you say that over here, I'm not sure. But so this is a fertile gift. It's a brilliant idea given to you from the ethereal realm. No, oh, my nose is going, spirits here. So start opening your mind up to what you have. Be grateful for what you have. And then things are going to start to come in that you're going to have gratitude for. It's starting little things. I feel that something's really going to come down the pike for you, Libra. As long as you're, you know, as long as you're looking at the possibilities and you're in gratitude. And the next card out for you is the Seven of Pentacles. And this is definitely what this full moon in Virgo is all about. It's about assessing what's worked, what's good, what has come to fruition. Taking a look at the fruits of your labor. You've done some work. Is it worth the return that what you've got? Do you need to tweak something? What do you need to change for a better outcome or a better you or better results? What can you tweak? What is it that you can do to make things better? And look, clarifying this is the World. The World card is saying that if you want different results, you've got to do things differently. And I feel that you do want different results because, you know, you're in this, you know, this deprivation. And you're holding on because you're in fear. So I feel that you've got to come out of the fear. The World comes into a reading when it says the universe has your back if you make a change. And you've got to do things differently if you want different results. And I've got a feeling that you really want different results, Libra. I'm really feeling that. I'm feeling that you're not feeling fulfilled. And so you really have to do things differently. You've got to see things differently from a different perspective. You've got to open up your mind to the possibilities. You've got to be creative in how you do things going forward. But I feel that this World, it's like, this is the time for this change. And it is a transformational year, guys, for all of us, for many of us. This is major transformation. Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. Please stay tuned for the astrological report next. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And mwah, I love you all. And I'll see you on the other side, or in 2 weeks. Hello everyone, I'm so happy that you decided to stay on and listen to the astrological report and what's happening in the celestial sky for this week and the week after, as next week I won't have time to do these readings. So we start off on Monday, the 9th of March 2020. We have a super full moon in Virgo at 19 degrees, 1:47 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's if you're in New York. 3 hours behind on the West Coast and only 4 hours ahead in Europe this week. So they haven't changed their time yet. Now, a full moon, as most of you know, is when the sun and the moon are opposite each other. And it's actually the sun that illuminates the moon. When they're exactly opposite, the moon is completely full. And this is a super full moon, which means that the moon is very close to the Earth on its elliptical travels. And it is going to appear huge in the sky. It's going to be massive. It's a beautiful full moon, darling, and which means that it's very powerful. The effect, the magnetism from that and the effect on us and the planet is immense. It will definitely affect the tectonic plates on the planet, and it's going to affect us. Now, the moon is in Virgo and the sun is in the opposite sign of Pisces. Now, the moon is feminine. She's the mother. She's the divine feminine. She receives, right? She's receiving light from the sun. She's emotions. So it's all about feeling, right? But she is in Virgo. Now, before I go any further, she's at 19 degrees Virgo. Now, 19 degrees is very poignant, right? It really reduces down to number 1 in numerology. It's because 1 and 9 is 10, and 1 and 0 is 1. So the number 1 in numerology is about independence, individuality, determination, and authenticity, right? And the number 1 in the tarot is the magician. So this, the magician has one hand in the sky to the ethereal realm, to source, to, angels, to your guides, whatever you choose to call your deity or your belief system, and one hand on his table where there are 4 elements, and the 4 elements are all we need. So this is saying that you have everything you need to become or to do whatever you want to do. This is a very powerful new beginning, right? It's magical. Virgo is about analysis, and this full moon is in Virgo. It's about practical problem solving, right? She's an earth sign. Virgo is feminine. She's an earth sign. So she's pragmatic. Because she's feminine, she receives, right? Because feminine signs receive, masculine put out. She assesses situation, people, and things to work out how to make the best of whatever it is that she's assessing. She wants everything and everyone to be the best. She is quality control. So the best thing I can say, look, imagine that Virgo is a woman in September where the harvest is coming in and she's receiving the harvest, right? And she meticulously goes through that harvest. She takes out the best from the harvest, and then she organizes it. How is, so much say it's wheat and corn, right? So she's going through these strands of wheat and corn, and she is putting them in piles, some to make flour, some to make bread, some to make mead, alcohol. So she's putting all these piles and she's sorting it out so that she can best use it for the upcoming winter for everyone, right? So she is sorting through this information to make the best out of it. Now, Mercury, Virgo's ruling planet, is going to be going direct later on that day. Or the next day if you're in Europe and Asia. So I just wanted you to be aware of that. That's a side note for now. So the sun is in the opposite sign in Pisces, right? So this energy is very kind of intermingled. Now, on the positive side, Pisces is spiritual. It's meditation. It's introspective. It's connection with spirit, with the ethereal realm. It's dreamy and intuitive. It's sensitive to everybody's feelings, right? And this is especially so because it is right next to Neptune, and Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, and Neptune is dreamy, it's visionary, it is a connection with spirit. You can use it as that. You can, write fantasy fiction, poetry, the visual arts, anything artistic and creative is a really good way to channel this energy. It's also, you know, on the downside, it's a little fuzzy. It's not quite clear what's reality, what's fantasy, what's the truth, what's delusion or an illusion. Because, you know, if you're using it creatively, you can bring to life visualization. Visualization is really good during this time too. So if you can direct it, it's brilliant. But you can also go off the other way. You can be easily influenced. You can be deluded by people. So you have to be, you know, meditation, darling. This is about introspection. So it's very, very powerful. And on one hand, you've got this very practical, you know, woman who's receiving information and sorting it. And on the other hand, you've got this dreamy, visionary, you can lose time with Neptune too. So it's very hard to focus sometimes. So you have to kind of remember this. Now, this full moon, right, is about introspection. It's about going within. It's definitely a time to be quiet and to be reflective and to go inside and pull out the best qualities, because Virgo wants the best, right? So, and also the negative side of Virgo is criticism. So you've got to be careful, and also that's the best side, critical thinking, but criticism is the negative side, right? So you have to make sure that when you have to really pay attention to your internal dialogue. So if you're saying, oh, you're useless, you can't do that, you know, this is no good, that's not a good thing. But if you can change that, you can change the energy of that by saying, oh, how can I do that better? What if I did this instead of that? And it's really about changing the internal language. You're talking about the same thing, but you are coming out of the problem and looking for a solution. You're opening up your mind to wonderful possibilities. And this is a wonderful time to do this. So reach within. Be introspective, be quiet, go within and pull out your best qualities, your star qualities. What is the best that you can be? What can you pull out and become? Where do you need improvement? You can say, instead of, oh my God, I'm useless, I can't do that. It's like, where can I improve upon this? Because the possibilities are endless, right? Now, another reason that this is a powerful full moon is that it is in harmony. It's got this beautiful, harmonious relationship at the same time with Mars, the planet of action, right? Get up and go and start something new. And Jupiter, the planet of abundance and good fortune. And Pluto, the planet of transformation. So this is a transformative time for the better. So it can start off a little fuzzy, a little confusing perhaps, because Neptune is involved, but it's ultimately going to turn out well, particularly if you go inside. And this is, look, Jupiter, Mars, and Pluto are all in Capricorn, and Capricorn is ambitious. It's industry, right? It is, you know, hard work. It's goal orientated. Look, this is a very industrious full moon. I would say kind of hold off. It's like make the plans, go within, figure out what's going to work, and then come out guns a-blazing. And Mercury, don't forget, goes direct that night. Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, so it's going direct that night. So, you know, go inside, figure all this stuff out, sort through all the information that you're receiving that's within, and then get up. Nothing will be able to stop you, darling, when you start on your plans, your goals. Set your goals and get out there and achieve them. So this is a very exciting day on Monday. Now, not a lot is going on for the rest of the week. A couple of minor aspects that aren't worth really mentioning. However, and that's why I kind of also wanted to skip to the second week and do it all in one, because Monday on March the 16th, 2020 at 3:43 a.m. Mercury moves back into Pisces. So you've got this energy being kicked up again right now. It already was in Pisces, and when it went retrograde, it went into Aquarius, and now it's going back into Pisces because it's direct and it's picking up speed, right? So more creativity, writing music, creative writing, fantasy writing, visual arts, enjoying museums and appreciating the beauty in everything. Now, Tuesday, March the 17th, it is St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. And please drink responsibly. Now, Thursday, March the 19th, 2020, at 11:50 p.m. It's at the end of the day. The sun enters Aries. This is the spring equinox. This is really spring has sprung, darling. Aries is a cardinal sign. We're going to get up. We're going to feel energized. It's brilliant. Now, listen. The equinox is when daylight conquers the night, and it is time to spring into action. Spring has sprung. Aries is the beginning of the zodiac. It is the start. Aries is the fearless warrior. He will jump into action for the sheer thrill of it. His anger and rage is unparalleled, right? And he can be a bit impulsive and impatient. And his fuse is a bit short, but he blows up and the fire goes out. So he lets go pretty quickly. So this is a time to take action. And, with Mercury going direct, it's like we're off to the races. You better plan everything now so that you can spring into action next week. Now, on Friday, March the 20th, 2020, Mars is conjunct Jupiter, which means they come together. And when they're together, you can barely tell one from the other, right? Their energies meld. They become one. Now, Mars is the ruler of Aries, right? So it's cozying up. Mars is the warrior, right? Get up and go. And Mars also rules sexuality and libido. And it is cozying up to Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, bigger, better, more, and abundance, right? So energy is really out of the ballpark. It's like, get up and go. You want to do everything and perhaps everyone. It's like, passion, your libido is high. Everyone's, it's spring, darling. And then to have this, it's like a double indemnity. All the animals and everybody is procreating or attempting to procreate. They're definitely getting together. So this is really a great time to start anything that requires physical stamina and energy. So, you can be building something or sports, perhaps. This is brilliant for anything, running a marathon, anything that requires a lot of energy and stamina. Now, just be mindful not to overdo it because, Jupiter's bigger, better, more, right? So you have to know your limitations. You have to kind of rein it in a bit. Now, on another note, new love interests are likely under this influence because of your magnetism and charisma and your sexual, sexy energy. It's all going to be out there and everybody's going to be, yeah, it's going to be fun. Oh dear, another baby boomer thing. Anyway, somebody stop me. Now, on Saturday, March the 21st, 2020, Saturn moves into Aquarius. New rules of engagement may be required. Saturn is he's the old man, right? And according to Greek mythology, the water bearer, the symbol of Aquarius, was a young man named Ganymede. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But anyway, he was the object of Zeus's affections. And he would go around bringing H2O, water, to all the gods in exchange for eternal youth, right? So you have this youth, this young kind of outside the box, innovative, individual, unique, a little quirky energy mixed with the old wise man Saturn. It's like push, pull, push, pull. So you have youth, combined with this old adult, and anything is possible because this means a whole new set of engagement rules kind of thing, new ways of living with each other, perhaps, right? In community, because Aquarius is about community, it's about unity. So, and perhaps new ways of traveling. So, listen, it could be this is a major shift in energy as Saturn moves into Aquarius, from Capricorn into Aquarius and backwards. So it's going to do a little dance for a while, right? As it goes retrograde as well. So, look, it could be that, everyone could have like live-in rooms and share the kitchen and the bathrooms, and perhaps buildings will get higher. This is an air sign, so we could build up. I mean, there's lots of different ways of looking at this, but I think very innovative ways of living will become the norm, I think. So there's going to be major changes in those areas. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. I just wanted to remind you that this is a membered supporter channel. So there are a few ways that you can support me. Of course, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing is a brilliant way to support me. I really appreciate that. But you can also check out Patreon. Click on this link. My Patreon page, I post things there. I don't post anywhere else. And you can support me for as little as $1 a month. That's $12 a year. Not a lot for you, but it's huge. Imagine if all my subscribers gave me $1 a month. That would be amazing. I'd be able to get so much done. I wouldn't have to work on the side. And listen, I now have a membership to my channel, so you can press the join button. You're not beholden to join, but you can see what's offered there. And we have a member kind of section where we can hang out, and I plan to do videos just for my members. But I've just got the membership, so check it out. And hopefully that will build out. I think the smallest membership is $1.99. So that would be lovely if you could do that. And if not, that's cool too. No pressure. I want to thank you all, and I want to thank my patrons and my members. I really appreciate you. You are helping me do the thing that I love the most, which is to help and inspire others. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for that. And guys, I love you all, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.